Warning, the following video contains me, Anime Freak, screaming at things loudly, or just going on general rants. So if you hate to listen to people rant on and on and on and on and on about how stupid things are and how I wish I could take most of humanity, or just really mostly the internet, and just put it all in one big blender and make a stupidity shake and shove it down the throats of the biggest idiots in the world, please enjoy. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Anime Freak here, and I'm here to talk about a game, XCOM the Bureau Declassified. Now, what can I say about this game? Disappointment. You know, just all around disappointment. XCOM the Bureau Declassified started out as just XCOM back in, I want to say, 2009-ish, somewhere. It was a couple years back. And it was a first-person horror game, or a game that had relative horror in it. You know, I saw the first trailer for it and it gave me chills. You know, it was a very chilling, you know, kind of really disturbing trailer, and it just, I was mesmerized by it. I was like, holy crap, this looks amazing. I want to play this. And not just because I'm a huge FPS freak. I love first-person shooters. I think they're the greatest games out there, okay? I play all the FPSs that get released just about. And this game looked like something that was going to take a chance. When it originally came out, I saw this game that took an idea of an old turn-based sci-fi / somewhat horror game that I loved. I played the crap out of the original XCOM, and turning it into something more, something different. The idea of this story was so unbelievable. Take XCOM and put it back in the 40s or the 50s. Who comes up with that idea? It's just an insane idea nonetheless, and I love that idea. Now this isn't to hate on third-person shooters, because I love third-person shooters. It's just, I think the worst decision that was ever made in this game was to translate it to a third-person shooter, because it was at that point that crap started going downhill, I think. You see, we started off with an FPS that looked really good. Then we had transferred to an FPS that was less focused on horror, but more focused on the idea of controlling your squad. And I thought that was an amazing idea. The idea, this is your squad, you build them, you give them tech, they build things, you build intelligence, you give them points. If they die, they're dead. And it was literally just like the original XCOM games, and I love that idea. But it was still first-person shooter, and it's still heavily focused around the same ideas of focusing on those little black goo aliens that take over people, and the idea of you taking over their tech to use it against you, against them. You had these big, weird structures that you could take over, and it gave me chills. The idea, just for once I looked at it and said, we're finally going to get something different after a sea of seemingly same ideas. I love modern military shooters, but you can only take so much of them. And I love military shooters, period. Call of Duty, I love it. But I play it because I like the story. Honest to God, I play Call of Duty because of the story. I will emphasize on that later. But I like the fact, but even then, Call of Duty had to do something different after a while. They had to be different. They had to set up differences. They had to do differences in campaign and give you a different style of game. And I think at that point, when Call of Duty is trying to be different, every game should strive to do something different. And XCOM, the original, or the Bureau, what became the Bureau, XCOM Declassified, was one of those games that could have been different and been awesome for it. But in the end, it sold out. It became just another third-person shooter with the XCOM name attached to it, with all the iconic aliens that everyone fawns over and has fangasms for every 10 minutes of screen time they have, and just fell to the side. It became what it shouldn't have become. It became crap. And this is what gets me. It's just the pure idea that something so it could just be innovative could get watered down because the people who are making it are too damn afraid to take a chance, because a bunch of fanboys online said it was a stupid idea to take XCOM and make it into an FPS. It's gonna suck. Fucking fanboys. It makes me mad, because here was an idea that could have started a whole franchise of XCOM games that would change the way XCOM was played. And then comes XCOM Enemy Unknown, one of the best turn-based video games, sci-fi video games at the very least, I've played in a while. And I will admit it, I love that game. Great game. It was just a great game. It's just the idea that because this game came out and the fans love it so much, well, obviously our game's gonna instantly fail now, so we have to sell out. We have to become that game, just in third-person mode. And don't get me wrong, the mechanics are solid, but I could give a shit. Give me a copy-paste mechanics. I'm not a mechanic gamer. The mechanics have to work. They can't be so confusing, or they can't be ridiculous, like in Bad Company 1, the driving from place to place, or just the mechanics weren't as good. But in 2 they were pretty good. But as long as they work, you could have copy and pasted Gears of War into this game, and I would have cared. As long as I point, I click, I shoot, I get into cover, it works. Hell, I would have taken the Mass Effect. That was a pretty good third-person shooter. It had pretty good mechanics. And that's essentially what the Bureau is. At this point, it is literally just Mass Effect. Your squad member goes here, your squad member goes here. Shoot that thing, I'm gonna run up the middle and kill this big thing while you're distracting them. And that's basically it. Use this special weapon, throw a grenade here, and it's just so disappointing. But that's not what disappoints me the most, because I will take a copy and paste gameplay. I'm a Call of Duty fan. All they ever do is tweak the gameplay. Up until Call of Duty Ghosts, all they ever did was tweak the gameplay a little bit and re-release the game. Why I kept buying the games, and why I keep buying the games, is for the story. I am a story gamer. And I expected a very deep, thought out, flushed out story from XCOM, the Bureau, or in the game, well, the original game, it became the Bureau, XCOM Declassified. And it wasn't there. And it is the most disappointing story in the world. Choices seem to have no effect in this game, because when the shit hits the fan, the main character you're playing as just goes nuts. No matter what you do, it doesn't matter. It all ends the same way. And I'm so disappointed in this game. It's ridiculous. And I'm blaming the developers at this point. Because, I mean, come on, guys. You had this idea that was amazing. Was it the first time anyone thought of it? No. Probably not. And I'm pretty sure there was XCOM shooter games before your idea. But your idea looked like the idea that could have changed that, you know, made them good, made a franchise of games. But now you're just going to be another game that's going to be 3 sheets to the wind within a week. Good job, guys. You fucked yourself on that one. It sucks that an idea can be changed so much out of fear that it won't work because of a few vocal minorities who speak ignorance constantly. And, you know, I may have a tendency to rant, which is exactly the point of this video, is to rant. But when I see something that looks bad, I just say, I don't think I like that. I don't go on how it needs to be destroyed. Except for Justin Bieber. He must be destroyed. Or deported to Canada permanently. But, you know, I don't go on about how bad it's going to suck. Because I may not like something. But it doesn't mean someone else may not like it. Most people didn't like Homefront. I liked Homefront. You know, the Call of Duty fans don't like Halo. The Halo fans don't like Call of Duty. I like them both. And trust me, when it comes to things like movies, I am the worst with that. People didn't like the Green Lantern movie. I liked the Green Lantern movie. And as a comic book fan, someone should slap me for it, but I quite enjoyed it. It was awfully written, but I still enjoyed watching it. Like X-Men Origins Wolverine. I liked it. I watch it again and again. Still like it. So, just because you don't like it, doesn't mean someone else won't like it. And if you don't think an FPS slash horror slash action with a little bit of squad control and turn basis set back in the 40s or 50s while aliens invade from the XCOM universe, if you think that's a bad idea, that's fine. But when you're so vocal about it that the game company gets scared that their game won't sell because of it, you, sir, are just a dick. And it really pisses me off that stuff like this happens. Because, honest to God, it's either that or the developer is just a dumbass. And I want to believe in the game developer. I mean, it's your game. You could do whatever you want with it, but it's still not going to stop me from complaining about it. If you want to take a perfectly reasonable, amazing idea and turn it to a piece of crap, that's up to you. It's your game. It's just, at the end of the day, I guess it's each person's choice whether or not they want to play this game or not, but I advise not to. I would say don't buy it now. Wait till it goes on sale on Steam or on at GameStop or someplace, whichever console you're gonna buy, whichever platform you're gonna buy the game on. It's an XCOM game, so I say go with PC because it's an XCOM game. It's like XCOM Enemy Unknown. You just don't play it on a console. It's just not fun. On a PC it is. I had the chance to play this game on 3 different platforms. My PC, which is not as good, a very high powerful PC, and an Xbox 360. Out of all of them, my computer did pretty good. And remember, I have a 5-year-old computer, which I'm hoping to change soon. Very high-end computer being Alienware Aurora, one of the most high-end ones. Thanks to friends for having computers like that I don't. Being broke sucks. And the 360, but the Aurora ran it just as good as my PC could run it, and the 360 ran it like a 360 game. It all pretty much runs the same. There was one issue I found that was weird, was there was just sounds that were missing from the game. That was just weird. Like, there's one scene where the guy throws a pack of cigarettes across the room, and there's no sound of them hitting. He throws it, and they just seem to disappear into nothingness. Hit my lamp. Which is weird. But not much you can do there. There's some lip-syncing issues. Other than that, the game's $59.99 for consoles. I believe it's $59 or $49.99 for PC. It's available on Steam. If you want to check it out, that's up to you. I suggest wait until it goes on sale, because God knows Steam will have it on sale soon. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Anime Freak bringing you the first episode in a video series that I hope you will enjoy. This has been my rant for the day. So, yeah, I have a loud mouth and a lot of opinions. Bye, ladies and gentlemen.